What is going on? You are watching and listening to Tags Live, aka Talk About Gay Sex, the live edition. I'm your host, Steve V, and this is episode 342 alongside Cody Maurice Doggett. The hell are you, Cody?
Hello, darling. I'm doing wonderful this evening, especially after what we just saw. Oh my
A little
goodness.
preview to the show there. Yeah.
Yeah, the blood is pumping. I'm ready.
Yeah. Just make sure your audio is set on the right
Yeah,
thing. Is it?
I
Yeah.
got you. I think it is.
We are excited in a little bit. Just a teaser. Cody gave a little alert there, welcoming sex goddess herself, Taylor Sparks, to the show in a little bit, with all toys in hand. Can't wait for that. But before, we've got some great things to go over. You know, Cody, on this Wednesday, I've been meaning to share with you all. I've shared on social media that we were chosen out of 17 podcasts as one of the best sex podcasts out there. Super excited about that
That's amazing.
by romper.com. Best 17 podcasts about sex you need to hear. I didn't realize this until I looked a little bit deeper into what Romper is. Romper
Okay.
is for parents who
What?
romper, like wearing a romper,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
that
get it.
still are sexual in the game. And
I
that
love
may,
it.
this isn't the first time we've been included in Best Sex Podcasts. I mean, GQ did a whole thing on us.
Oh,
A
wow.
few others have done them throughout the years. We've been around 5 years. Come on, the OG gay sex podcast over
Get it.
here.
Yeah.
But this one kind of means a lot. It's 2022, and to be
That's
still in the
right.
game, I'm really excited about that. But Romper is for parents that are still getting their game on and keeping the sparks going. I'm sure Taylor will have a lot to say about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were number 3, and what they wrote is the writer of this that put it all together says, I am queer and Tags has still taught me oh so much. It's
Hmm.
primarily a gay podcast dealing with male on male presenting sex, but they touch on
Okay.
a lot of other issues in the queer community. Whatever you thought you knew about gay sex, throw it out the window and prepare to be educated. This is the part I like. Host Steve V is a ton of fun too.
Oh, if
Okay,
they only
now.
knew.
Well, I am fun. If nothing else, I am
You
fun.
are. Oh, you
Yeah.
are. Oh,
Say a
you
lot of
are.
things
That's what I
about
meant.
me, but I am fun. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm a lot of fun. Um, so excited about this show, but check that out. You can go to TAGSPodcast.com and get the other 16 podcasts that you should be listening to all about sexuality. Um, 2-day alert, Cody. Two
Mhm.
days before our special offer is over, we are doing this whole month long revamp of our Patreon Tags Sex Pause community. A lot of you have
Okay.
joined, and I see you and I thank you. I'm going to do some shout outs in just a second. But essentially, Patreon is a way to continue the sex positivity when the show isn't live. And we have been doing that. It's been so much fun. I revamped the entire Patreon page, calling it our Tags Sex Pause community. And
Nice.
you can join whenever, but you might want to take advantage of the last 2 days to get a
Okay.
special offer. Friday's the last day that you can get the special offer. And what will you get when you join? In addition to whatever tier you join, you will get a special offer. And I'm talking about a shout out on the show, your city, your name. Plus, you'll also get an exclusive live stream with Cody and myself where we're just
Nice.
having drinks and chilling. It's going to be a lot of
I
fun. It
love
won't be
that.
like this.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot more casual, kind of like
I
we've
have my
been
pants off.
doing. You'll have your pants off. Okay. Normally it's your shirt, but I like this.
I had to class it up for our guest tonight,
Okay.
okay?
I see some cleavage going on
I
there.
mean, I'm still me, right?
You're always you, and I love that. That's why you're here.
Thank you,
So
my love.
take advantage of this. You got 2 more days. Friday's the last day. Again, you can still join our Patreon page after the fact. You can go to patreon.com/tags podcast. And listen, let me shout out to some of the new people that have joined the
All
community.
right. Nice.
Keaton is listening to us in Ogden, Utah. Keaton joined at the twink level. Shout out to you, Keaton. We see you. By the way, I
Hello.
love the motorcycle. I want to know more about that. It's got it in his little icon. And
Profile picture? Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm all excited about that. Colby
That's
is
sexy.
listening to us. Colby's been listening to us for 3 years. Colby joined at the sub category and is listening
Ooh.
to us in Salt Lake City, Utah. Shout out to
Okay.
Colby in Salt Lake City. And Billy just joined, having so much fun with Billy. At least on the back end here. Billy, I believe, is listening to us right now. Billy joined at the
Nice.
twink level and says that he listens to us on his daily drive. All right, now, love to be a part of your drive out of Jackson, Georgia. Shout out to Jackson,
Nice.
Georgia. I love hearing. It's really important for me to hear where you're listening from because I come from radio, and radio is all about the city, shouting out to the city,
That's
and
right.
it's my favorite thing. I'm a radio kid. Lastly, when you join at the one of the lowest tiers, you can join our Discord channel. And
Okay.
Discord is essentially for gamers, but it's also a communication, like a text. Everybody kind of gets in there and we just
I was
go.
just in there today.
You were in there today. Last night, I was having so much fun with Billy, Jen, Colby. We were just chit-chatting on there, and all of a sudden one of us brought up Euphoria. Three of us
Oh.
realized that we are late in the game and started watching season 1 on the spot.
Oh,
Season 1. Two of
wow.
us were new to the game, I believed, and we started watching it based on the Discord channel. And Colby chimed in and said, "Oh, it's great with a glass of red wine." I was like, "Oh, hold on now. Let me press pause, go get myself a glass of red wine." So much dick on Euphoria.
Really?
Aren't you watching Euphoria? I thought you were like,
So
"Oh."
I watched the most recent episode, and when you get to the point where it's recurrent right now, it's a little bit traumatic and it's very, very you go through all the emotions, okay?
The
I needed a
highs, the lows.
cigarette, I needed a Valium, I needed the red wine because I should have had the red wine. That would have helped everything.
I
But
got a
I would
backup
have
glass
to
over
start all
here,
over
but
again.
that
Do
won't
you
do. Yeah,
really?
backup glass of
Okay.
red wine. How much fun were we having, Jen and Bill and Billy? I mean, it was really fun. I'm really obsessed with it, and you can do that when the chit chat continues after the show on our Discord channel. One of the perks you get when you join. Billy says it was so much fun. Yep, I
I
loved it.
did.
We'll
Yeah.
continue the party
So did Jen.
later on tonight if whoever's around. Jen said it was great. I love the Discord chat. Absolutely. Jen wished us a great day the other day, and it was just like made
Aw.
my morning. Go to patreon.com/tags podcast and grab a tier. You won't regret it. Okay, let's get into some hot topics before we bring in our special guest. And
Okay.
did you, Cody? This is going to be a little bit for some of our younger listeners. I'm not sure they're going to get this one, but who knows who Belinda Carlisle is? And can you name the band that she was a part of? Lead singer. I'll give you a second. The
Come
Go
through on the comments,
Go's. The
guys. Good
Go
job.
Go's. Okay, the Go Go's. Yes. I'm little known fact when the Go Go's came out back in the day. This was pre Madonna. Okay.
Okay.
Not pre
Oh,
Madonna, but
okay.
pre Madonna.
Yes.
And
That's how we
I was
gauge
all
time.
about the Go-Go's. I have Beauty and the Beat. I think I have it somewhere in my vinyl collection over there that I'm staring at right now. And Beauty and the Beat has them all in bathrobes and their heads and turbans. And it's got We Got the Beat. And I
Yep.
remember just obsessing over overplaying
Our Lips Are
We
Sealed,
Our
which I
Lips Are
listened
Sealed.
to
Can you
right
give us a
before.
little riff on Our Lips Are Sealed?
Can you hear
Talking about it,
me?
telling lies.
I love that song.
Oh, I might have to. I'm pulling that out the rest of this week. That's gonna.
I did it right before the show. I was like, little listening party. I loved it. It was
The
great.
problem is that I think I wore out one of We Got the Beat or Our Lips Are
Our Lips Are
Sealed. So
Sealed.
I
Yeah, it's
have a
everywhere.
feeling when I put it on, it's gonna skip. We got the because that's what happened back in the
You're like,
day.
what do we got again? I don't know.
I know, it's sad, but I can download it and get it on my MP3. Listen, Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer. If you don't know her, look her up. She's pretty awesome. And she has a son. I didn't know she had a son. And Belinda Carlisle's a staunch LGBTQ plus ally, and her gay
Hmm.
son, writer and activist James Duke Mason, have this huge bond. There's a great article, you guys, I'll post on the Advocate. I'll post it on TAGSPodcast.com. They do an interview between the two of them on how close they are,
Okay.
and they asked Belinda, how would you define familial love? And she said, I would say the first thing that comes to my mind is unconditional love. And that's it. I
Aw.
mean, that's the simplest answer. That's so Belinda. So, I mean, keeping it simple. And James Duke Mason, her son, says, I agree with that. I've been so lucky that for me, from a young age, I always knew that love was unconditional from my mom and dad. And that definitely gave me the confidence and the courage to be the person that I wanted to be. Um,
That's
Carlo
so
goes on
amazing.
to say, Belinda goes on to say, this is a funny comment. Do you think there's a special way of showing love between often a straight parent and a queer
Okay.
child? And
Hmm.
she
I
goes,
looked at that and I was like, what?
I
Okay.
always make jokes about that. If I had a straight son, I would have nightmares about him bringing home a Kardashian. I thought that was
Oh my
hilarious.
goodness. I mean, that's
I
my
only
nightmare at night as well too. So
She says, I only have one son who's gay, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I really don't know what I would do with a straight child, to be honest. Kind of love Belinda Carlisle a little bit more
totally
today.
love her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
What did you think of that when you read about that? It's a great interview, but yeah.
Yeah, it's always just so great to see a parent support their child unconditionally. Too often, I think that's not the case with young LGBTQ people just coming out. So it's great to see it, and I love Belinda Carlisle even more, just like you. So I'm going to go listen to her stuff more and more and support her. We
How
love you,
about
Belinda.
Vacation, All I Ever Wanted,
And she
Fake
had a
You?
whole
She did. Not so crazy
solo
about that, but
series
yeah. Yeah,
too.
no, it's good.
Heaven is a place on earth.
All right. Yeah. I'm thinking of Madonna making
I
fun
was
of
like,
her
I
and
was
in
like,
Truth or Yeah.
you were into Madonna during then, so
I
that's why.
was, yeah, exactly. We moved on, but I love her, and I will play
Yes.
the Go-Go's this week, and shout out to that. All right, here's another one that you guys, there's a show right now that everyone is talking about
Uh
on
huh.
Netflix called The Tinder Swindler. Well, do you know
Okay.
that one, Cody?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched the show yet, but go
Okay.
on.
People
Tell
have
me
been
all
sharing
about
their
it.
experiences with the known catfish. It's all about catfish, and but there's a current one on Grinder that's happening in our own community. A man presumably pretending to be the crown prince of Dubai has spoken to a number of Grinder users as reported via Reddit thread and Facebook group Grinder and Scruff Fails. Oh,
Hmm.
that's an
Oh.
interesting group to join or know about. Unlike the
I,
swindler, though, this person isn't actually meeting up with anyone and hasn't outright asked anyone for money that anyone knows of.
hmm.
So it's really unconfirmed what his exact goal is, but he's definitely tried his luck with more than a few gay guys on Grinder. After being approached by the profile online, Facebook user Roy shared the prince's profile and their chat. Aside from the fact that the chat sounds like a bot, Roy was skeptical that Prince Hamad would be
Okay.
openly using Grindr when homosexuality is still illegal in Dubai. And when
Right.
asked what he does, he just says, I'm Crown Prince of Dubai. But when asked for a photo in front of a video to prove his identity and location, then Catfish stopped replying.
Mm.
Yeah. We looked it up
I
just
know
to
what that
see.
means.
You looked it up, Cody, just to
Yeah.
clarify who this
Uh
person
huh.
really, and turns out he really is the Prince of Dubai.
The picture that they're using is the Prince of Dubai for sure, and he is beautiful. So I don't know if he hit me up asking me for some money, Tinder swindle me all day, sir, because I
Ye-
he's gorgeous. So
But the person brought up a really good point. Roy
uh-huh.
said, the person Roy brought up a really good point because I thought that immediately. I forgot that point. I looked it up too. And then, yeah, it's illegal in Dubai.
Yeah.
And if you were the prince, you're not going to put your picture up of yourself in a country where it's illegal. You're just not going to do that. So, I mean, fortunately, up until this point, no one's out of money.
Yeah.
But catfishing doesn't always involve money. It's just
Yeah.
my sister talks about it all the time. She can
Oh, really?
tell, yeah. And my friend, I have a friend that racked up 444,000 views on his Instagram
Okay.
other for just posting his beautiful pictures,
Mhm.
and he inevitably he got off of it off of Instagram because people were using his picture nonstop to
Wow.
catfish other people pretending they're, but the reality is, I mean, people are going to find out at some point. They're going to want to
Yeah.
know who's behind the iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. And you always have to be safe when you give your information on these apps and things of that nature. I can't profess it enough. You have to protect your heart and your wallet and your body because people are actually getting attacked out there in these streets. Make sure you meet the prince for coffee. Don't send the prince any money. If you have extra money, you know what? Join our Patreon. You'll get a lot more out of it. Okay.
I'm going to drink to that, Cody. Yeah. Remember, patreon.com/tags podcast,
There it is.
y'all.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The whole catfishing thing never made sense to me because I don't know. I have to at this point, if you're not
Mhm.
like the Tinder Swindler,
Okay.
really, and there's a lot of other shows out there that do this where they're really trying to get money out of you. If
Mhm.
you're not doing that, have to imagine that it's for a thrill, a crazy
That's just
psychotic,
lascivious.
maybe Taylor will have some thoughts on this. Like, why do people do this? Because when you're catfishing and there's nothing, what are you gaining out of it? It
What
has
are
to
you
be
gaining?
the thrill of it all.
Mhm.
It's some psychotic thing that you didn't get as a child, sadly. What are people saying before we move on? We're live, by the way.
Yes, we are. Teddy says the Prince of Dubai would have people to find him someone to love. He don't need no grinder. More like the Prince of Doo Doo. Oh my goodness.
Uh,
And I think the prince is married too. The Prince of Dubai is married already. That's what
okay.
my research revealed. So I don't know why he would be on Grinder reaching out to all these people. And Teddy loves that we promoted the Patreon. He said that's called cross marketing, and we did it so well.
Okay. We really did. We
And
really
so
did.
lovely.
What do you think about this group? Did you hear about this Facebook group called Grinder and Scruff Fails?
No, I've never heard of it, but it's I feel like it's one of those from the impression that I get. I feel like it's one of those where it basically shows you how it's so hard to connect on Grinder and all of the things, the crazy things that people say on Grinder. And
I
trust
don't
me, I
know.
have
So
had
in
more of
other
those.
words, so everyone's really just like dumping all their horror stories on
Yep.
there, making you
Yep.
really feel worse or better. I don't know.
Well,
There's
I mean, as far if you and I both have a horrible experience and we both share them, then it kind of normalizes the experience. So I
right,
feel
but
like
that's you and I. I'll pick up the
yeah.
phone and call
Oh,
you. I
that's
don't know that
true.
I would put that on. I mean, maybe I would. You know,
Maybe,
the
maybe.
only but thinking a little bit more on it, I could see where it could be a good thing where you could put if somebody was really lascivious on there
And
and sort of a warning for everybody else, like,
yeah.
hey, if you come across this guy, and
Mhm.
by the way, he's using this picture, watch out, beware, don't go there. Circle
Yeah.
with the X around it. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever you got to do. In that case, I think it could be really beneficial and great.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like this story has helped so many people because I saw in the comments that the Prince of Dubai really got around. He went to Spain and Amsterdam and all these other places, and all of these people are are sharing this communal experience of talking to this catfish person. So
Oh my god. Well, okay. I'm for
yeah,
it then. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's a doggy dog world out there, y'all.
It's crazy. Just be careful, y'all.
Well, it's time to bring up our special guest. Go ahead and grab this spot, Taylor, when you have a shot. And I'll go ahead and start reading. Our special guest is Taylor Sparks, sex goddess. When you get a chance, grab a spot. Um, Taylor is among many things. Taylor Sparks is a passionate erotic educator and sex goddess, certified in both holistic aromatherapy. I'm just reading this, Taylor,
Ooh.
and human behavior. With over a decade of experience on the natural skincare cosmetic industry, Miss Sparks launched organiclovin.com. That's LOVEN.com. We're going to talk about it. One of the largest BIPOC, that's Black, Indigenous, people of color owned online intimacy shops. Organic Lovin specializes in improving adult sexual health and wellness and enhancing their sex lives via their organic intimate body products. Ms. Sparks' expertise has contributed to countless articles, and I'm really interested in your product line that you developed for Olympic athletes that I want to talk about. This is the ending of Black History Month, and congrats to your business and what you do. Welcome to Tags Live.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm like, I got wine too. Cheers.
Oh, hey.
Oh, cheers.
Salud.
You know, we'd love to know where everyone's listening to. Where do you reside?
I am in Miami right now.
Hey, now.
Okay.
I say right now because I'm
Miami
like,
moment.
how long am I going to be here?
Right.
Spain keeps teasing me to come there to live.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It's been like, and you know, they just changed their digital nomad policy to extend for a year. So I could work from there for a year.
Oh,
I already love the way you think. Well, we got to get this going. We have so much to get to. Cody has the first question. Let's get going.
Go.
Well, hello, goddess. I've been waiting to use that greeting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for affording me that opportunity. Thank you so much. What does a sex goddess encompass, and how can I get that on my resume, please, darling?
Well, you know, anyone could be a sex goddess or a sex god. You know,
hey, I'm going for goddess.
Yeah, well, go for goddess. Go for there's no reason why you should not. But in my belief, as a sex goddess, I love everything that there is to do with regards to sex, even the sex that I don't participate in. It's like, if it's your thing, it's my thing, you know, you should enjoy it. But I also believe that sex is healing both on the giving and the receiving side. So, but you know, you could be a sex goddess, a culinary goddess, or God. You know, sex just happens to be my thing. So,
I love that you said sex is healing, because we don't really hear that a lot.
Oh God,
and
yes.
Yeah, it really, I mean, it is. It's all right, but it can be healing. You know, following up with that, I want to talk about sexual communication, because on this show, we get a lot of, we give advice often, and 9 times out of 10, it's communication.
Yeah.
And you write, use your words to ask for what you want and set boundaries for what you do not want.
Yes.
Love that. My question is, why is this often so overlooked and so hard for people?
Well, because a lot of us don't learn how to communicate when we're growing up, right? Depending on the era that you're in, you know, a lot of people are communicating via text or email, which is a very flat medium. There is no tone. Communication in itself is kind of, if you break it down into 3 parts, it's tone, it's words, and it's body language. And all we have, and body language is 55% of how we communicate.
Okay.
We all know somebody when they're leaning in on us a little bit too, or hovering over us.
Right.
I'm so bad at flirting.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, it can be a flirting thing too, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're on text or email, you don't even have tone. Tone can be implied, but all you have is words. So one, we don't learn really how to communicate. And depending on who our parents were, who our teachers were, sit down, be quiet, shut up. What are you doing? Raise your hand before you speak. Why you talk so much? Why don't you ever talk? There's a whole lot of mixed messages. And then you just figure out that, well, now that I'm dating someone, they should know. It's like, well, who said they should know? So you have to learn to ask for what you want and stop making
Nice.
assumptions like people are just gonna figure it out. And so for me, it's like, let's just skip the figure it out shit. Let's just let me give you
Oh,
the
yes.
roadmap and how to deal with me.
Okay.
And
You
it's
I
an
love
see,
ongoing, I'm
that.
assuming it's an ongoing process, right? Because things are going to
totally,
come up all the time. And
totally.
what we get is a lot of people that are nervous to bring it up. What do you say to that?
Um, if you don't speak up, you will not get your needs met.
Mm.
There you go.
And it when you're asking for something, it doesn't have to be this big to do.
Mm.
And I always suggest to people, and especially if you have something that you want to ask for that could be intimate or it could be a tough conversation, always start off with the positive things that are happening within the relationship, right? So let's just say, I don't know, you want your partner to do more of something,
Okay. I got a
more
list.
more fucking, more sucking. Take the trash out. You want a blowjob over
Yeah.
here? Take the damn trash out, right? Acts of service is my love language. I'm like, you took out the trash, give me that dick. So it is it's my thing. But so start with the thing you like. You're like, and not in bed, not
No.
right before or after sex, over a cup of coffee, over a glass of wine. In the car is perfect because nobody can get out,
Oh.
right? They can't walk away from the
Oh.
conversation.
I've been
Captive
known to drop and
audience.
roll a couple of
Yes,
times.
don't you stop, drop and roll. So you can't get out. So you start with, babe, I really like when you do this and this and this and this. And your partner's like, yeah. You're like, oh God, I so love that. That's just like the best. Like, because what partner does not want to please us?
That's
Right.
right. I
Yeah.
agree with
And
you. Right.
then you go, but you know what I would really like more of? And they're like, what's that? Like, I would really like it if you did that and that and that. Like,
Oh.
okay. Because the this, and this, oh, it's amazing. But if we could do
Yes.
some of that, and that, and maybe it's something they've never tried, or you tried with
Uh-huh.
somebody else, but you don't want to tell them you tried. So you're going to say, I really want to experience this with you. We should
Yes.
do
I
this
love,
together.
and on the receiving end, that sounds so much nicer to take in and
Hmm.
Mhm.
to ponder over,
Mm.
and to, if I love you, I'm going to implement and find a way to implement that.
Yeah.
Love
Because it
that.
becomes more of the
Reinforce.
this and this and this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reinforce the
Cody?
positive. I love that. And
Yeah.
because we talk a lot about open relationships here at Text Podcast, I was wondering how to effectively navigate open relationships, and what is your opinion as far as communication and open relationships go into?
It's regardless of the relationship style,
Yeah.
communication is number one. I don't care if you're
Hmm.
open, closed, half open, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, hokey pokey. You have got to talk to your partner. We're
Yeah.
so afraid of either being rejected, we're so afraid of being judged,
Yeah.
and the phrase, I need you to hold space for me. So
Yeah.
when you're talking about something you've never broached before and something that is considered not the norm, like opening the relationship, it's
Hmm.
okay to ask your partner, I need you to hold some space for me right now. And if they don't know what that means, it means that I need you to listen to me without judgment and actually
Yes.
without comment until I ask for a comment. Can you
Hmm.
do that for me? Because I have some things that are on my mind, and I may not be correct about the things that are on my mind, but I've been thinking about them and I really want to share them with you. Can you
Hmm.
hold some space for me?
Wow.
Ooh.
I love that. And it sounds like you're speaking from experience too. I just
Well,
love
yeah.
that.
Are you speaking from experience,
I had been
Taylor?
looking for a whole lot of space. I'm like, so babe, I need you to hold some space. Like, what now? Well, I mean, I was married 25 years. And,
Okay.
and the thing about opening the relationship and transferring to an open relationship, or a swinging relationship, which is different,
Okay.
or a polyamorous relationship, also different,
Okay.
Yep.
right? Um, you have to speak from your heart and go in with the intention that this is going to be okay.
Hmm.
Regardless of what happens, it's going to be okay. Because people can feel intention. That's that body language thing, you see. So you're going in with the intention to have understanding.
I kind of want to get a little bit of clarification. Do you
Yeah.
mean you're going to be okay or the relationship is going to be okay?
Both.
Both.
It's
Oh,
it's it's
okay.
going to be okay, no
Do you
matter
mind
what.
elaborating on that a
Meaning
little
that, so
bit?
because we're so afraid, like, okay, so if I say this to my partner, and what if they get upset, and what if they leave me? If I
Okay.
say this to my
Yeah.
partner, and what if they judge me? And
Mhm.
I'm saying to you that regardless of what happened, it's going to be okay. You're going
Yeah.
to be okay, and the relationship is going to be okay. And you have to go in that this is going to work out one way or another,
Oh,
especially if you're
okay.
speaking your truth,
I
right?
was just gonna say you're
Yeah.
speaking your truth. Okay, now,
But
yeah.
going to ethical non-monogamy, it's difficult if you are not already ethically monogamous.
Okay.
People want to talk about ethical non-monogamy. What about being ethically monogamous first before
Oh.
you transition to ethical?
Uh-huh.
Because it's the ethical part that's the important part.
Yeah.
There has to
When
be a foundation. It's what I'm hearing too.
it's one of those you can't get there from here
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
things, because if you are coming from a place of infidelity and then
Mhm.
you want to go, oh, so like Bob and I, we've been fucking for a while. I think, me, you, and Bob should get together. It's like, who the fuck is Bob? Oh, wait. Back up.
Back it up. Yeah.
Since when do we want to do this,
And now you're leading
non-monogamy
in,
shit?
and now the car's swerving because we started this conversation in the car, and
Well,
yeah.
And I've jumped out already. Chuck and roll.
So it's difficult to go to ethical non-monogamy if you haven't already been ethically monogamous. It can be done, but you're going from a place of not having trust, not
Mhm.
being open, not being authentically honest about what you really want. So if you are ethically monogamous, you're like, listen, there's some things that I want to talk to you about. I need you to hold some space.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about some things,
Mhm.
and know that, because if you are if you are non-monogamous, once you ring that bell, you're not going to be able to unring it.
Okay.
People
Once
are
you bring
living
that
for.
to, once you bring that to your partner, you're not going to be able to unring that bell.
What I'm also hearing from you too, Taylor, is that it requires a lot of patience. Once you have that ethical ground floor, that it's you could have the start the conversation, making space, but it's going to be a conversation, communication, and hopefully you're in love with that person that you want to build. It's not going to be like you're going to have that one car conversation and then the
Yeah.
next day it's like you're off meeting up with Bob and doing your thing.
Yeah.
And so,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, there are some people that,
I mean,
they're like, oh my God, I want that too. It's rare,
yeah.
but sometimes both people have been feeling that way, and somebody gets brave enough to go, listen, this is what I'm thinking. And they go, oh
Here-
God, so me too.
Oh,
Here's the thing. A lot of
wow.
times, Cody, wouldn't you agree with me, in our
Uh-huh.
gay relationships, we think, oh, gay men, open relationships, yeah, let's do it. But we don't think about what it really entails.
The
And
repercussions
the
of
repercussions, or
ringing the
just,
bell.
I think it's one thing to have a relationship with one person and all that entails. Now you're
Mhm.
going to bring in a polyamorous, or you're going to be a swinger, or you're going to open it up, and that is a whole set of new rules. Do
It
you?
is.
Yeah.
It is a whole set of new rules. And even though, from what little I know about gay men, even though I know, because gay men were not traditional man and woman, that you might have
Mhm.
had broader boundaries with regards to your relationships. It's like, okay, you can hook up with this one or that one,
Yeah.
play safe. These are the boundaries, but you weren't necessarily talking about let's love another person.
Mhm.
So,
Right.
I think gay relationships have looser boundaries than heterosexual monogamous, who have borders which are very rigid.
Mhm.
And when you set up these borders, us as humans can't wait to cross that border.
Oh, there we go. Good point.
We're gonna get to
Rules,
the end of that ball.
orders. Yep.
Yeah. I
But
feel,
that, go
I
ahead.
do agree with you. I feel like in gay relationships, we have kind of gone to the edges a little bit more than what I have seen in straight relationships. But I do know a lot of people. Trust me, I know a lot of people that are in monogamous relationships and want to have that. So
Yeah.
I think it's a give and take. So I think that it's all good, and you just have to get to define your relationship is basically what I heard you say. So,
Yeah, you do, because at the end of the day, it's no one's business what you and your partner do. What works best for you two?
mhm.
I don't care if it's 2 men, 2 women, 3 women, 3 men. What works best for for you all, but you have to be authentically honest, and you cannot
Yeah.
be afraid, to lose your partner. I've heard so many people say, "Oh, but if you open your relationship, and what if somebody comes and steals your partner? They fall in love and they steal him away." I'm like, well, first of all, nobody can steal somebody that don't want to go.
Exactly.
Oh.
We've
I
known
love
people,
that.
yeah, well, we've known people with side pieces for 10 years and like, leave your
Mhm.
partner. I'm like, I'm not leaving them. Leave them. Like, I'm not that you can't steal somebody that don't want to go. But also, you cannot make somebody stay that's ready to leave.
Mm.
That's right.
There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
Preach.
People leave whether they're monogamous, ethically monogamous, open. It does if they're gonna go, they're fucking gonna go.
Yeah.
That's right. So be happy in the moment. That's what I love.
And ask for what you want.
Yes.
This is it. This, as far as we know, this is the only life we got. Now,
Hey, I love that.
there may be reincarnation, but what if you die and you come back as a leaf and you only live 3 days and then that's it? You know?
You
Well,
can't fuck us a
speaking of
leaf.
dying, I've got to ask this question because I know you talk about indulging and exploring our sexuality after 40, after 50, and 60 even. You talk about
After
ageism.
60.
Okay,
Oh, you look
now.
girl, you better get it.
And
Well,
lots of it.
yes, we have a wide spectrum on the show that listen to us, but we
Mm,
also have a lot of ageism in society and feeling.
mm.
How do you? Yeah, can you talk about reclaiming your sexuality? How you did, maybe,
I never
and
lost it. Shit.
okay.
I didn't have to
It's like,
reclaim it. I just got more of it. Once the kids were gone, I'm like,
goddess.
I'm free.
There's
I'm
no
traveling the
reclaiming.
world.
But for those that aren't as lucky as you, Taylor.
True, true, true. So I'm going to go back to this is the only life we have, right?
Yeah,
And if you come back as a leaf on a tree and live 3 days and then you die, then you would have missed out on this whole human experience,
yeah.
the good, the bad, the indifferent, because of your fear of what somebody might say or judge you or do.
Mm-hmm.
And then makes absolutely no sense, since we know this is all we got for you
Yeah.
not to have the love that you want. I heard uh, Tyler Perry talk about his parents a couple of years ago, and he said that he watched his mother for 40 years not get the love she deserved from
Oh my
her
God, that's
husband.
heartbreaking.
And I heard myself say, I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I'm going to go through life and not get the love I deserve from someone who's
Mhm.
supposed to be my partner, you know. So you have to look within. You have to be a little selfish and go, what do I want? More importantly, what do I don't want? Because if
And
you can
it's
tell me what you don't want, I can get you to what you want.
And we have to
Perfect.
realize this is the best time to be living ever. There are people like you, Taylor Sparks, and there are sex experts, and there's toys,
Mhm.
which we're going to talk about. Cody's going to
Yes.
ask.
Yes, I
And
am right
it's an
now. Speaking of
exciting time. Oh, you knew what was on my
Is this not beautiful?
Okay, Cody, we have to go to that first. Well, no, ask your question first, and then we're going to ask about that.
So in line with talking about what you want, I want some adult products in my life. Okay.
I
And
have
with
so many products.
yes, and with so many out there in the world, what gave you the inspiration to come up with an organic product line?
Well, so my background, I'm certified in holistic aromatherapy and human
Hmm.
behavior.
Hmm.
I had developed a line of 16 head to toe care products for elite endurance athletes several many years ago now, and
Oh,
um, at the time, my husband and I were traveling to adult only resorts like hedonism. And we decided to start doing our
ooh,
own events. And so we were doing events. And then as soon as we started, we met a couple, Pepe and Claudia Aguirre. They own luxury lifestyle vacations. And we became affiliates to sell into their adults only vacations. And around the
oh,
same time, they hired me to do a private label line of sensual massage oils and body washes for their brand. So
okay.
I did that. We launched the line, and then we realized we had no place to sell it because they had a travel agency and I had a skincare company for athletes. And while I was traveling, I realized that the vendors on these cruises had nothing but chemical-based products. I'm
Oh,
like, this.
Yep.
okay.
So with my background in, organic chemistry, I'm like, this
Hmm.
stuff is horrific for the body. So I started with their 4 products and a little love and support from them. And I launched Organic in October past, made 8 years. And I primarily present in the Suna community. So I wanted to educate all of these people who are having all this amazing sex that there is so many amazing products and you don't have to be itchy, scratchy, burny. And those toys are shitty. They got things like phthalates in them and they're, which are linked to all kinds of cancer. So I decided
Okay.
all over to stock my site. So now we have over 1,000 products. We represent over
Wow.
250 brands and we ship worldwide.
Oh,
Beautiful.
it's organic loven,
Yeah.
LOVEN.com.
Mhm.
We've got to talk about the cock rings. You show us that one on camera, right?
So
I always got
silver,
a cock ring like at the Eagle down the street here that was like, whatever. I want this wrapped around my cock next
listen,
week.
Hello.
and
You
it's
I
don't
and
know,
it,
I'm
hide
going
that.
on the site.
it is adjustable, and it comes with a little extra rubber tubing, so you can, if you need something bigger, you can. But you
Oh,
can also, like I
thank
had it
you.
on as a bracelets. These are pearls and
Oh my
silver. These
God.
are out of Greece. Um, the thing about I just found this line. I have to show you this one though,
I love a
because
good Sharon Tell moment.
Oh, that's
Oh.
gorgeous.
so
I
this
need that on my
Describe
desk.
to the listening audience, because this gets dropped tomorrow, what they're
okay,
looking at.
so this is rubber and 24 karat gold plated.
Oh,
It connects in the front. If I can get that piece off there. Hold on, hold on.
Speaking my language,
So
Cody.
it connects on the front right there. But this additional piece is called the Bulge Booster. So this
oh,
goes under the
okay.
balls and under the perineum to lift the balls so that you got a nice big, your junk is
Yeah,
all to the front of your
on
pants
display.
on display. So you want to have a nice bulge. This pushes perineum and this pushes right under the balls. So
Oh,
everything is like front and
Wow.
center, and it's like, I got you. So
Teddy
these two
said.
pieces come off, and it comes with a nice little lanyard, and you can wear it around the neck.
Oh my
Oh, hey. I
God.
wish I could
I
reach right through this
love
computer and grab that right now.
El Ray listening to us live says, Golden Dick, please make space for me.
Golden Dick, I'm trying to tell you. It's so interesting. And I found this online, another site. I called to Greece because they're out of Greece. I'm like, I have to have the line. What do I have to do to represent this line in the United States? Because I think no one else has it. I think
Oh,
maybe one company has it. This one,
oh my
Ooh,
okay.
God.
It's hard this. Okay, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on. There it is.
girl.
This is the scorpion. You see this
Oh,
piece?
okay.
So this piece here on the top, this rounded piece goes under the perineum.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
you're wearing the cock ring, this pushes up on the
The prostate.
perineum. Well, not quite that far up,
Yeah,
but
right.
because it's on the outside, or the
Mhm.
perineum, also known as
Just
the taint.
The taint.
I know what you're talking about. Yes. Okay.
Because they call it the taint in the South because it taint the balls and it taint the ass. It's that little spot right there in the
Is
middle.
that where that came from?
Yes,
That's so
that's what it called.
cute.
Taint the balls and it taint the ass, and that little spot right there. So this pushes up on that to stimulate you, which is stimulating towards the prostate, to give you a much more intense orgasm.
Oh my.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Okay.
do you think everyone knows the benefits of wearing a cock ring?
Please tell us.
Yes.
Tell
Well,
us.
the benefits of wearing a cock ring is that it slows down. It does not stop. Otherwise, you have the wrong size on, your dick's going to turn blue and fall off. It slows down the blood flow to keep the penis harder, longer. And who doesn't like a harder, longer penis?
I mean, I love
Thank
it.
you. Well, speaking of penises, can you please show us what you showed us before we started the show? What you're going to
Yes.
start carrying? It was
Yes,
a
so-
chocolate piece of something that I need a piece of cake.
King Noir, the King Noir Experience is who owns, along with his partner Jetson and Jasmine, they own Royal Fetish XXX Films. They do ethical porn. They are also
Ethical porn. We
Give
were
us-
just talking about
we were
ethical
talking
porn.
about that.
Thank
You
you.
need to have them on. They also do, they are also both master fetish trainers. So King has had they are launching a replica, of his cock. Hold on, let me move back so I can get it all in. There we go.
I mean, it's pretty
I
big, so girl, you might
mean-
have to go to the next room.
I can't get my fingers quite around it. So this is I can't get it all in there. There it is. This is a replica of King's actual cock.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
there you go.
Listening
Turn it to
audience,
the side. That's where
I will post this on TAGSPodcast because it's kind of insanity.
Yes. And it's it's a
Oh
big
my
one.
goodness, I get it. Yes.
Are you going to be carrying that?
Yes.
Will you be?
I will be carrying it. And for those who are watching, this is King Noir.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness.
That's
I'll take
King
3.
Noir.
Thank you.
I'll take 3 of King. Now, let me tell you something that they also have on the Royal Fetish. Do you see this double-sided suction cup?
Okay.
What do we do with
What
that?
does that do? I know, right?
So that means that you could, with any dildo that you own, you can buy the suction cup and attach it to anything, a wall, the shower, the floor, any hard surface, the
My
kitchen
mind's
table.
already.
Yeah.
The kitchen
And
I
then-
table.
just like that noise.
And then you put your dildo on top. See?
Oh,
my
yes.
So now,
Functional, yes.
Oh,
ma'am.
I hear you.
So
I'm
you
telling
attach
you,
that
this is
to-
why it's good to be alive now.
yes,
Yeah.
the wall, the shower, the tub, the flow, whatever. Those of us who are
The
home alone,
credenza, the
credenza, well, you don't want to pull the credenza down on you.
No,
so
right, yeah,
you want
right,
something
yeah, maybe not.
stable.
Okay, got
You
it.
can
got
always
it. I was
build
getting a
it
little
back up.
crazy.
But you could back up to this or straddle this.
I could back it up easily. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even if you have and you see it's pretty steady, you got to peel it off. So we're going to have these double-sided, and they come in a few different sizes. So any dildo, you can just
Wow.
attach it
That's
on one
amazing.
side, put your dildo on the other, and back that thing up.
Ride it on out. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we could continue talking to you forever. You've got Taylor Sparks. You've got to go to Organic Lovin'. That's organic, LUVEN.com. You can follow you on all social media platforms, Organic Lovin' too. What do you got to show for us before?
I got just two things. This
Yeah.
is a water-based anal lube. It's got
Okay.
Oh.
it's infused with
I need that too.
clove, bud oil, antimicrobial, antibacterial,
Yes.
organic.
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
And then Soothe is also, it's a hygienic anal glide with guava bark also. So the thing about the vagina and the anus, they're covered in a mucous membrane. 100%
Right.
of what you put into it is absorbed into the bloodstream. So you
Oh,
always
wow.
want to use organic. And all of our condoms are vegan.
Oh.
Oh, fabulous.
Not a lettuce
I-
wrap. You can't eat it. So don't. They are vegan and way better for you than your standard condoms.
I love
it.
this too. And how do you
yeah.
feel about people cleaning we need to clean our toys too, and not with just dish soap,
Oh
correct?
God,
What's your
no.
recommendation?
Organic, always
Okay,
organic or
good.
eco-friendly, no chemicals, because things like dish soap will leave a film
A
on your toys,
residue,
a
You
residue
yeah.
don't
on
want
your
that in your
toys,
body.
and you don't want that in your butt.
Thank you. We don't, I mean, hello, we should be
I'm
thinking of
glad you're
these
telling me this. I know,
things.
right? I would have never thought about it
Yeah.
before.
Turn the
Yeah.
dishwasher off, Cody, right now. We'll wait.
Get all my 10 toys from out of there. Come on.
Yeah, we
Well,
have organic, the tea tree oil cleansers. We have lubes with tea tree oil, also antibacterial, antiviral. So, yeah.
Well, this has been so much
Fabulous.
fun, but will you stay around for our last segment, which is a
Yes.
really fun segment? I put it in the chat. We do this thirst trap.
Ooh.
Who took out of this week? It was out of, let me get it, out of 20 game porn stars, who took the best photo or video? Since you're
Oh.
just getting it first, we'll let you go last,
Yes.
Taylor. But Cody, I had some people. Let me read some of the ones that people said on our
Okay.
Discord channel, which you too could be a part of if
Oh.
you join our Patreon channel till
Okay.
Friday. People are talking about Ricky Donovan. They love Ricky Donovan. Colton Reese.
Wait. Am I going to click on this link? I don't want to lose you.
Click on the link.
Oh,
It should open up in a different channel.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, it did. Okay.
Okay.
And then just scroll through, and we'll still be able to see.
Scroll through. Colton Reese. Colby said just found someone new to follow on Twitter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We should have heard these beforehand.
Oh
We
my
probably
God.
should have. I know. Sorry.
Who's the guy? 1, 2, 3. Who's the guy fourth over from the left? The Latino looking hottie.
Cody.
Hi, Poppy.
Fourth from the left.
He's
That's Sam Fitness. Girl.
boy.
Tell him.
Poppy.
It's amazing.
Mhm.
Teddy says he loves Ricky Donovan. Jen says Spoon is my dream boy.
Yes.
Okay. Silas is for Ricky. By the way, I'll post this on TAGSPodcast.com. Who's your favorite, Cody?
My vote goes to Spoon this week, and
I'm with you.
Yes,
and you got to describe. Remember, we have a listening audio podcast.
I know.
So part of the deal is you got to
ready.
descriptively describe.
Yes,
I want to spoon with Spoon.
Okay, well that's good.
he's
Can
laying
you
on
and
the
Spoon?
bed.
Can me, you, and
with
Spoon
his-
spoon?
Let's spoon all day. I'm ready when you are. Okay.
Don't you? Hey, I will have you. Don't start with me, Cody.
Do not start.
You might have to fight my boyfriend, but it's okay.
I will have the two of you. Don't start with me. I'll be right in the middle between the two of you. Go. It's okay. It feels the same. It's okay. I'm teasing you.
So Spoon is laying on the bed with his ass hanging off the bed, and that's my favorite position already. So I was done then, and he's taking a picture in the mirror behind him with his ass hanging off the bed. Did I mention that his ass is hanging off the bed?
You did.
But he also has his cute face in the picture, and you can see his adorable smile. And the forefront and in the back is just this fat, juicy ass and a little bit of hole, and it brings a whole new meaning to photobombing. So I was excited for Spoon today. What about
Shout out to the Asian community this week, because mine goes to Luke Trong.
Oh, wow.
I'm assuming he must be Thai, because that sounds like a Thai last name. He is doing a selfie in the mirror with an unmade bed in the background, and my bed's normally unmade because, listen, who's got time to make a bed? I got to live my life here. But the body is on point, and I love nipple rings or nipple, what do you call it with the bar through the nipple? Both of them are pierced, and they look great. His body's on point. The hair is amazing. The uncut. He's got great legs, and I want to meet this Luke. He looks really sexy and hot. All for Luke.
What are you guys doing to me?
Taylor, I love it.
Hey, have a glass of wine.
This is not even fair. Okay. This like
every week.
No. This was we're gonna torture the freaking straight fucking sex goddess with all these dick pics and be like, they belong to us. What the fuck is this?
We are not worried about you in Miami over there thinking of going to Spain.
Spain is coming to me on Friday.
Oh, girl.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Lastly, Jen says he wants to give a shout out to Drew Valentino. He lived in my town for a bit. Oh, okay.
He's hot.
Yeah, these are some good ones. Really good ones.
You don't care about me. You just
We care about you.
No,
so
you're
much.
just showing me dick pics and be like, sorry, gay. You can't have any of that. I'm like, what?
There's a little bisexual extravaganza going on here.
Okay.
Lastly, thank you so much, Taylor. This has been so enlightening and fun. Oh, you have your favorite there. Ooh, I love it.
That's my Spaniard. He's,
Oh, is that Spain coming to you this week?
Yes.
Okay.
Get it, girl.
Because I'm like,
Yeah, right. I know. Go to organicleaven.com. That's LUVEN.com, or follow Taylor at organicleaven on all social media platforms. So much fun. So much fun. Can't say
I
it
am
enough.
so honored to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope I have not offended you in some kind of way.
please.
Darling, never.
Not
God
at all.
we love you.
You really, thank you so much. So much fun. And you can close out the show with us. You can follow us on the TikTok at TAGSPodcast and all social media platforms. And don't forget to join our Tags Sex Pause community before Friday. Go to patreon.com/TAGSPodcast. Cody, thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, Taylor, guys.
Thank you, goddess.
Continue having hot sex, y'all.
Hot gay sex, yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.